Hey everyone, I'm Kaylee. I haven't really been around to the last year. Imagine that. So a lot's been going on. Uh, I guess I kind of wanted to go over maybe like a little bit of an update video, perhaps. So I moved. I moved to a new place. If you can hear my cats in the background, they're with me. I don't know if they're like visible here or not. Come here. Come here. This is going to be a very unserious, like unedited video. Um, so for those of you who don't know, I have cats. Say hello to Toga. She's very cute. Hi. She likes staring at herself. Um, so you might hear her meowing, or I don't know. Hades is. I move my mic. Yeah, he's over there. Anyways, wanted to make a. I have Destiny updating right now. Uh, with that, I kind of wanted to kind of go over a couple things, like just talking like my thoughts on the final year or the last year of Destiny here. The Lightfall's year. We've um got a couple things. Like I mean, my absence, of course. I had a small measure of success personally, and I'm very proud of what I did like last year, about a year ago at this point, and I just haven't really carried through much of that, right? So that's on me. A lot of that's on me. A lot of it was there was just to be transparent as well, there was a couple interviews, like editor interviews I was going through at the time, like right after all that happened, and a lot of those fell through. Both of those fell through. Not going to go into specifics with what channels or whatever, but um they fell through, and I kind of fell into a funk with content creation because of that. I felt like I wasn't like super good, wasn't good enough at editing, even though I made it to the final round of one of them, and pretty much had it lined up, just didn't create content and lost an opportunity. So both of those are on me. But either way, I want to get into content creation again and want to do more with it. But all right, first things first. This isn't going to be a whole spiel. We're going to talk shop about Destiny real quick. So for those of you who don't know, I do stream on Twitch, and I'm an affiliate on Twitch. So I do have some emotes and stuff over there. I still got to kit out the rest of my Twitch stuff. I got to finish out some commands and stuff, because there's a lot of stuff that I still need to do. But I do stream on Twitch. I stream like semi consistently, like at least once a week, or I try to. But I'm also working now, so I have a job, and I know in the past I've complained about not having a job on stream, and now that I have a job, it's getting hard to find the time to really dedicate a lot of resources, a lot of mental resources to making videos, and with prepping for Final Shape and prepping for the day one raid that I'm going to be a part of with my team and with my clan and with my friends. It's I've been trying to be better at Destiny rather than just be a content creator. Like I want to get better at Destiny, and I know I could have like streamed a lot of that process. I could have streamed a lot, or could have made videos or whatever. But like I didn't want to water down my I guess my training arc, if you could call it that. So I just kind of went in, and I got Godslayer. So that was a huge thing. I streamed that. That was fun. Really, really proud of my team. We did it. Proud of my other friends too. Shout out to Potato. He did Pantheon pretty much fully LFG, and then we helped him with getting some of the timer clears at the very end. So very proud of him. He was killing it. A couple people in the clan also did it LFG fully, so shout out to them as well. Very, very cool, very good. Anyone that did it in LFG, good stuff, legendary stuff for real. LFG can be hell, and being able to do Pantheon and get Godslayer with that, more power to you. That's awesome. Very, very proud of you. But with that being said, also I want to just start just streaming more. Like just not just Destiny stuff, you know, not just Destiny 2, not just raiding, not just clan raid night, not just story stuff or weekly story or whatever like I used to do last year, but like actual, you know, Destiny videos, like exotic reviews that I'm going to be putting out. I'm going to be putting out a review on Necrochasm, you know, when I get my hands on that. That's probably going to be coming out the day one tomorrow. Or what I'll try to do. I'll try to get a Necrochasm review out tomorrow. Probably just do some quick thoughts after we finish the Legend campaign. Get some time with the new exotics, the Rocket exotic, Hazardous Propulsion, and Wishful Ignorance for Titan. I think if I really do Destiny, I might just dive really deep into the Titan side of things. Just kind of be, if I really want to, you know, kind of make a niche, maybe I could just make a niche, you know, have my niche be Titan. You know, I'm a Titan and I do Titan things. So having builds for Titan specifically, tips for Titans, maybe, I don't know. Well, I want to know what you guys think, because that would be it'd be a change for sure, but also, yeah. Anyways, with Destiny, let's talk about this last year just briefly. Season of the Lightfall, so Lightfall expansion itself. This sentiment has been echoed by a lot of people. The gameplay was very good. The missions were very fun. The story was confusing and convoluted as all hell, and really, really, really could have been better. I could go deeper on that. I'm not going to, because it's already been, the horse is beaten to death, and it doesn't need, I don't need to say anything else about it. I said my piece on it a couple months ago, like during Season of the Deep. I made a video like, you know, we need to talk about Destiny 2. I don't know exactly what the fuck I said, you know, I should have watched that before doing this, but like, you know, a lot of that stuff, I think a lot of the stuff there has been resolved at this point. I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's another Destiny creator complaining about Destiny. It's like, okay, yeah. I mean, I complain about the game a lot. You know, I do. I complain about a lot of things. I mean, Void Titan being one of them. That's a conversation for another day. But Lightfall itself, gameplay was very fun. Strand is very good. They could have just given us Strand and maybe the season stuff. The Lightfall story, I really don't think needed to happen, because, like, I don't know, Lightfall, it could have just been like a 1 or 2 mission bit at the beginning of Final Shape, and, you know, I don't know. Lightfall, I wasn't a huge fan of. Either way, Season of Defiance, I was also not a big fan of. The activity was basically just Battlegrounds again, which I'm kind of sick of Battlegrounds at this point. And if we're going to be getting Defiance Battlegrounds in the pass, or in the Vanguard Strike playlist, I'm not looking forward to it, because I don't like them. I really don't. Especially as GMs. As GMs, they are the worst. The PsyOps Battlegrounds are awful. I really don't like those. Yeah, I feel like it makes a very unhealthy, like, strike environment for GMs. Very unhealthy GM environment. Makes things a lot more difficult than it needs to be. And that's the name of the game. You know, Grandmasters are supposed to be difficult, but give me difficult strikes. Don't give me a difficult battleground. Don't give me a seasonal activity. I want strikes. That's just my piece on that. Battlegrounds are cool in and of themselves. They are cool. They're good activities, like little mini strikes, but don't put them in the strike playlist, please. I really don't like that. I know a lot of people really don't like that. It's lazy at this point. Like, just make strikes. Just make strikes. Another thing about Season of Defiance, the story. I am glad that we got to see more of Mizrax, and we haven't really seen a lot of him since then. But the whole shtick with Amanda, not a huge fan of that story beat. Not a huge fan. Season of Defiance's story, I mean, why would the Witness need to kidnap people on Earth? Like, if he's already, or if the Witness, if it's already in the Traveler by the time the Lightfall story hits, why does it need to be distracting us? It already knows, like, okay, they don't have a way to get here, and if they do, I'm just gonna kill them. Like, the Witness is, I feel like the Season of Defiance didn't make sense in a lot of ways. Season of the Deep, story-wise, it's kind of a mixed bag. Kind of a mixed bag for me. I really, really, really loved the story beats that we got every week, and then the revelation of, like, the origin of the Witness. That was huge. I loved that. I feel like that should have been in Lightfall, and that's part of one of my major gripes with Season of the Deep is a lot of the information that we got in Season of the Deep we should have just gotten Lightfall. It should have just came with the expansion. Like, give us that information in the game, not in a season, in the expansion, because it is relevant to the story, like the main story beat, right? So just give it to us then. Give it to us with the actual story. With that being said, Season of the Deep, even though it should have been in the story, was good. Deep dives were, I mean, for what they were, the first start into like a roguelike, like a delve into the roguelike kind of side of things, I did really enjoy it at first. Now it's, I mean, I was just doing tier 7s earlier to help some friends out, help some, people get the Wicked Implement Catalyst. I'm not a huge fan. It felt a little melty, like a little too melty for what it is, and yeah, I'm not a huge fan of like after playing. I should preface, after playing Coil I think is such a good activity, and it improved on deep dives a lot. And I think the traversal sections were a lot better than the water. The water was a good experiment. We can leave it in the experiment box though. Goes to the Deep, not an enjoyable experience for me. Like, the first run through it was pretty cool. Having that revelation of, oh shit, they're trying to resurrect Oryx, right? That's really cool. At the same time, having to go through that shit and, trying to farm Navigator, like having to do the entire traversal section at least once a week, it gets old. It gets old. The water traversal, they could have done a lot more with it. Water combat could have been a really interesting thing that they introduced, but they didn't introduce water combat. They just introduced a running away section and Goes to the Deep, and I'm not a huge fan of that. They could have implemented it a little bit better, but I'm sure they got a lot of good feedback from it. I'm sure if they are going to do more like that, they've improved whatever they're going to do with it, right? I trust Bungie at this point. We'll get to it, but Season of the Witch was so good. So damn good. The card Arcana, there's one thing that I really, really, really don't like, but it's not like a major issue. You know what I mean? Like the the one major issue I had was with the Arcana table, or the cards, the deck of cards. You could get cards to focus one weapon, but it was so hard to, like, I don't know. I didn't get all the cards. I didn't get all the focus cards. So I had to like just focus stuff and hope it would give me the red border. Hope it would give me the deep sight. And I think that wasn't the healthiest decision for the red borders. Like, I ended up getting them, right? But, part of that was also like the extended season. And hi, bud. Hi, Hades. Anyways, Season of the Witch, outside of that, was phenomenal. The altars activity was incredible. I loved the story missions, the whole concept behind Eris Morn really fully diving into the darkness, diving into the sword logic, taking hold of the Hive's logic and using it against them, severing Sivu Arath's throne world, or severing Sivu Arath from her throne world, like making her mortal. Like, that is so cool. And then just killing Savathun in order to do that too. That was such a good season. Like, it was so good. I love Season of the Witch. Season of the Witch was really good, and I really, really enjoyed it. As well as Crota's End, getting Crota's End back. I was fucking right. I was right. I made that video on, hey, when will we get Necrochasm back? I said, I'm going to make a bold fucking prediction. We're going to get Crota's End next. Granted, I had a 50-50 shot, but we did get Crota's End, and I got my Necrochasm. That's a story for another day, and I'll probably go over that story of how I got it, like, with the Necrochasm video Tuesday, tomorrow, whenever this goes up. But yeah, I love Crota's End. Like, I really do. It's a good dungeon, not dungeon. Freudian slip. It's a good raid. The way that they made it, like, it just requires a lot of communication. It's really not that bad. I haven't done master yet. I'm going to do it, you know, with final shape, hopefully, because I do want to get the master stuff, and I want to get an adept Abyss Defiant because that is one of my favorite guns. I'm also very biased because a lot of the weapons, like Song of Your Ute, Abyss Defiant, Necrochasm, a lot of my favorite D1 weapons come from Crota's End, and I like the theme of the activity. I like the atmosphere. It's, you know, I like a lot of the changes they made. We weren't able to get the day one clear, unfortunately, but you know, I wasn't on the top of my game, and I feel like I'm at the top of my game right now. Maybe not the top, but pretty dang close to it. I'm gonna be a lot better for this. This isn't gonna be another Crota's End situation for me. I'm fully prepped going into the final shape, and yeah. But as well, moving on to Season of the Wish, the final season, 6-month season, going into the final shape. Season of the Wish, story-wise, very, very good. They didn't write themselves into a corner, but there was this kind of discontinuation of the Ahamkara storyline with Last Wish, and getting a season focused on that last wish, on focusing on one, getting the 15th wish. I mean, obviously, kind of it's a plot device, of course, but I think it was done pretty well, in my opinion. I think that, you know, it's fitting that the 15th wish is what we needed to get inside the Traveler. Like, but at the same time, there's also some things that I didn't really like. Star-Crossed, I wasn't a huge fan of. The Star-Crossed exotic mission, I feel like the solo experience for that was very frustrating and very difficult. With the launch of Fireteam Finder, definitely probably could have just used that. But at the same time, like, I really just didn't enjoy Star-Crossed as a mission. I mean, I enjoy things like 0 Hour, Whisper, like the Harbinger. I really enjoyed Harbinger. Harbinger was a good mission. Presage is a phenomenal mission. I feel like keeping it on on that kind of difficulty or that kind of like complexity is good. I'm not a huge fan of, like, Avalon. I think was, with a group of people, Avalon was fun. Legend Avalon was like, Avalon on its own was a fun mission, was a good mission, but Legend Avalon, I really just did not have a good time with Legend Avalon. Legend Star-Crossed, it's just not, I don't know, it's not a great experience personally. I think it's the enemies are a little bit tougher than they should be, but you know, that's also like exotic catalyst stuff, and it's not like super required for the weapon to operate. At the same time, I think they're good missions. I think they're good. Like Star-Crossed, maybe not so much. I'm not a huge fan of Star-Crossed, but Avalon, I did enjoy Avalon quite a bit. With Season of the Wish, the storyline, I did like the story of Star-Crossed though, with Taranis and that whole thing. I really, really, really like Taranis as a character. I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge fan of all of the story bits from Season of the Wish, having the, you know, the tension between Riven and Mara, going to like this understanding after the Star-Crossed mission, to Crow inadvertently, you know, in one of the, there's a, yeah, spoilers, just skip ahead a couple seconds if you don't want spoilers regarding potential final shape stuff. But there's a lore entry where Crow is like, I wish I could have talked to Cade one more time. And with that, he was talking to Riven. You know, so I think that is the device in which Cade was revived. Of course, this is a prediction for before Final Shape. This is coming out before Final Shape. This is probably going to just be going up whenever I finish it. I do have to go get my hair done. So I'm gonna look a little bit there. This is my after work. This is my after work hair. So I'm getting my hair done in a couple minutes, or not a couple minutes, in like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and then look different for the day of. So with that being said too, Season of the Wish, just not gonna ramble on too much more about it. I love Season of the Wish. a lot of the lore implications, a lot of the story. Very good. The final mission, let's talk about that final mission. Holy shit. The final mission for Season of the Wish and the lead in to the final shape is so good. And I'm going to say, I was kind of predicting that they were going to go that way. You know, I didn't know what exactly they were going to do or how exactly they were going to bring it back. But with the Vex being in Season of the Wish, I had a feeling that's like, they could do something with like a callback to the original D1, you know, going back to the beginning to precede the end. Right? So I thought it was a very good way to lead into the final shape. And the cutscene, oh, so good. The cutscene was incredible. For real. I didn't realize the cutscene was going to play after the mission. So I was in a call and I'm like, holy shit, I got to deafen real quick. And just like, you know, take a look at it, take a look at the cutscene, and just like jaw dropped, like the whole thing. I'm so excited for the final shape. I hope you guys are too. Hopefully I only got to make the one cut, but I hope you guys are excited. If you're excited or have a favorite moment from the season, let me know down below, because I do want to hear your experiences with this year. You know, did you clear Root of Nightmares or Crota Day 1 or contest mode? Like, just if you had a good experience with this Lightfall expansion, let me know down below. If you had criticisms, you know, I'm sure I share quite a few of them, because I did do quite a bit of complaining this year. So with that being said, I'm going to catch you guys tomorrow. I'm going to be live on Twitch, streaming the final shape. If you don't want spoilers, don't be there. But if you want to be there for the story, to experience it with my fire team, we'll be there. I'm also going to be live on Twitch for day 1 in contest mode for the Salvation's Edge raid. I am on the Twitch Rivals official creator list, as well as so what that means is there's 2 emblems that you can get. The one that you can get from just, you know, watching any streamer, and the second you can get from watching a approved streamer through Twitch Rivals for the day 1 contest mode of the raid. So I'm approved for both of them. There's also the promotion where if you subscribe to your favorite Destiny streamer during that period of time, during the day 1 contest mode, that there's another emblem that's attached to that. So if you're interested in that at all, I'm linking my Twitch down below. You can go check that out, catch me live, whatever. Yeah. With that being said, I will probably end this off so I can upload it and like get it all finalized and everything. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it this far, please do leave a like if you want to see more Destiny content from me. Obviously, there's not going to be content like this, because I don't generally do stuff just talking in front of the mic. That's more a stream thing. But yeah, if you want to see more Destiny content, or if you're excited for the final shape, leave a like down below. And if you want to see more Destiny content, subscribe. And I will try to provide what I can this year and the years going forward. So yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Stay safe. And yeah, I'm KaylieTheLazy. Catch you later.